All right, and we are live. So I wanted to kick it off. Let's just get right into it, guys. Same questions as before. Could we each just go around and kind of share what you were up to before you discovered a handshake, and kind of how you discovered handshake, that kind of journey. Let's go with Oscar, Fernando, and then Redsolver.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be here. And well, my name is Oscar. I am a physical therapist and osteopath. And the first time I heard about or talk about crypto was 2 years ago about the Bitcoin, and just very curious for me. And step by step, by introducing and deep dive in the crypto world. And in February the last year, 2020, I decided to choose one project in the all cryptocurrencies and crypto world, and I just searched about projects, and I found Handshake. I begin to read all the white paper, and quickly I found different signals or tips that show me that it was a very great project to invest money, to invest time, to invest effort to push the community. And overall, the points that were more awesome was experimental point, decentralized web, and imagine the future, a great future to use a lot of use cases. And I decided to deep dive, and was very easy with the Namebase on ramp. And I wish to deep dive because in the back end, in the wall street, in the back street of the cryptocurrency, there are communities. Communities are people, and just curious to know the people who are working behind the crypto world. And just begin with the community, and I start to learn the Namebase Center, and I realized that no Spanish language, and I offer me to translate the Spanish Learn Center. And the Namebase team, specifically Johnny Wu, thank you, because you, with the open arms, I translated the Learn Center. And
yeah, just for context, the Learning Center, literally the entire Learning Center has been, every content has been translated to Spanish single-handedly by this guy.
And then actually I'm very, very motivated in the community, a lot of energy investing in the use cases. I'm learning code, I'm learning HTML, I'm learning CSS, Python. Actually, I'm studying a master in blockchain applied to the enterprise. And well, I all the time I ask myself, how can I help to the community? How can I help to push the project? And I have tech limitations, but I have another skills, and all the time I try to grow up these skills to put to the community, to grow up the community. And this is the point that was born all handshake page and the handshake payment method in my clinic.
Yeah, let's get to that in just a sec. But I think Oscar's story is really phenomenal. He comes from a physical therapist background, right? Totally no interest in blockchain before Handshake. And now he's pursuing a master's in blockchain thanks to Handshake. So, man, a really amazing story right there. Fernando, what were you up to before you discovered Handshake, and kind of what got you into it?
Hello, hi folks. Well, before Handshake, I'm a JavaScript developer. I've been working with JavaScript, I don't know, last decade. Not into crypto project or blockchain, nothing related to that, just regular, company website and all those stuff. And I found Handshake in a mail listing. Someone, have a post in a popular Brazilian mail list there, and I just got the link and okay, let's see it. And I was able to claim the airdrop. So okay, let's see it. And I like the idea of the decentralized and the true ownership. And when I realized that was in JavaScript, the core of Handshake was written out. That was perfect for me. Instead of reading the white paper, I read the source code of Handshake, and okay, yeah, I like it. That's definitely something to invest time on.
Yeah, that's intense, man. I have not heard that yet. Just forget the white paper. Let me just really dig into exactly how this tech is built. And just for context, guys, like Fernando, huge contributor to just Handshake source code, just major developer in the Handshake ecosystem. So totally glad to have you here. Redsolver, same question. What were you up to before you discovered Handshake? Kind of what really got you digging in?
Oh, hi. Before I discovered Handshake, I worked on other open source projects which did not use Handshake at the time. And and then I discovered it on Hacker News and was immediately very interested in it because I already thought about the problem like ownership of my name over a long time, because I always feared that, for example, someone takes my email address away or something like that. And then like the idea that I can solve this using Handshake, maybe not now, but soon, was extremely interesting for me. And then what got me into there. And then thanks to some hackathons, I also started building some interesting projects.
Awesome. Yeah, and Redsolver, I think before you joined Handshake, you were part of the SIA Skynet community, is that right?
Yes, but I just joined the SIA Skynet community about 1 year ago, and then maybe 3 months later I joined Handshake because of the collaboration hackathon.
Awesome. Great context. Well, so let's get really into the meat of this, guys. So we'll go in the same order. But Oscar, like, what do you have to showcase for us today? Can you also just kind of share, you kind of shared how you discovered Handshake, what got you into it, and then give us a little showcase of what it is that you created.
Well, it's important to understand that the showcase I will present now is always the answer to the same question I did to myself. How can I help to the community, and what steps I did in the past, and how can I profit this experience to show the newcomers to do the way more easier. So this is well, I will share the okay. This is the first web I did. This is our Handshake web, and this is to answer the question: how can I get easier the way to the newcomers or noobs or no techie people? This is a mind map. I like to do mind maps. This is a skill I have, and I try to condense all the information about Handshake around the principal element, Handshake white paper. And when you introduce in the Handshake world, you need information. You need to read, listen, watch, understand all the stuffs to decide what do you want to do in the Handshake ecosystem. First of all, we have here the channels: Discord channel, Reddit, Twitter, and it's very important because to add to these channels, because you can find very value information about Handshake. Use cases, I have to update this. SinPapeles, this is the baby of Fernando. Very useful. I love it. And this web, All Handshake, is hosted in SinPapeles app. Redirect your names and the link. Beautiful. The link. I have a lot of the links. I share. I give names. I try to the people go to the link to prove it, because it's incredible. You no need to be a tech. This is a read, listen, and watch, redirect to learn handshake. This is a people's web, very useful web, very incredible web. Conceptual diagrams and graphic. This is very similar to my map. Explorers. This is all the explorers that now exist in Handshake, and the search engines. Handshake search and Handshake Yahoo search. If you want to approach to the Handshake in the meaning, investment, trading side, because it is very important in the ecosystem. All this ecosystem is interdependence between all the sections, so all the parts are important. You have a pool who has a high level of hash rate, or how is distributed the hash rate in the Handshake ecosystem. ROI, to calculate the investment to recover when you buy a miner. All the miners that are available in the Handshake ecosystem, halvings. Handshake has halvings, and you can follow it, and you can know what it is, the halving exactly. Coinmetrics, to show what is the up and down of the value of the coin. The Rapid, this is to change and swap coins. And the exchange. The exchange be able to trade with the Handshake, to buy, to sell, to move to the Namebase, or to move to what wallet to do the bits. And this is a carousel bar, and I put the most interesting for me actually to introduce in the Handshake world. And recently I add the search Handshake bar. Thank you, Andreas, for this script, because I'm not tech. Andreas passed me the script and copy and paste, and works perfectly.
Oscar, I gotta say, like, I write the Namebase newsletters, and I find it really just difficult to keep up with what's going on in the ecosystem. I'm curious how you manage to do so, because this stuff looks pretty up to date. I'd love to see the Handshake logins as one of the use cases, but like other than that, man, you're like on top of it. I'd love to know just how do you keep up?
What can you repeat, please?
Yeah, how are you keeping up with the news? Like, how are you updating this?
Oh yes, because I'm. Can you see all the channels? So I am all in of the channels. And yes, it's crazy, but well, because the information, it's very important, and I like to stay at that in this web, because this is the first impression you can do with the Handshake world. And I search in all the channels, and when I find a new thing to update, I collect all the updates, and in the weekend I invest the time to update. And I have the lucky, because a lot of people send me DMs in Discord to tell me, hey Oscar, there is a new update. You can put this in the diagram. Perfect. This is great. If I can change and move the mind map, no problem. This is the way to be informed and updated all the weeks, and very about the Handshake. And I like it. I love it. And this is a principal font on information I have every week. So every week I have to read the shake in Sunday. And the next use case, another question for me: how can I help the community? How can I help Handshake? So you can come to my clinic, and if I treat you, you can pay with Handshake the sessions. So this is a obsession for me, you know, Johnny, because in the beginning when we talk about it, I told you I want to find the way to be able to pay the session with handshake.
Right.
So this is very rudimentary tool, but when appears gateways or another apps to do this easily and more secure, so I update the web with no problem. So basically, you have the coin market handshake value in euros. This is the logo, very pretty with this color, and QR with my wallets. Gate.io if I want to trade.
Oscar, are you showing something right now? Because we're still looking at all HNS.
Oh, sorry. Here. Yes. Now it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Handshake Coin Market. This is the logo with the very pretty color. This is all enterprise color corporation. And this is the QR. Gate.io if I want to trade with the handshake, or if I want to bid actions in web wallet. This is a very easy way because the patient, user, or client come to the clinic. By the way, we are the first very clinic in the world we can pay with handshake. So we come in the Barcelona, you can pay your treatments with handshake, and you finish the treatment, and you go to the wallet, scan this QR, and make the payment, and appears the hash, the transaction, the TX, and you can submit here and copy and paste and put your email. And when you send the TX, I will receive in my email, and I can check that this is the correct quantity, or this is the that you are did the transaction. And when pass hours or maybe one day, I will receive the quantity. So this is the way I'm trying to push the community. And actually, in the master, we are working in a group. This is a very long run project. The final work in the master is about the crypto mailing between Handshake TLD, but it's in inception. We don't know how we can do this, but we're working on it. And I think I'm very happy to share all of these cases. And the final message is the people, we are not techie, we are not dead. No fear. You can come here with the community. You will find a lot of help. I am noob. I am not dev, and we can do the deep bits. We can own TLDs. So welcome to the all newest people in the handshake, and thank you for organize this very huge HandyCon. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Jehan. And I am enjoying a lot with this HandyCon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Oscar. Cool. Fernando, man, what do you have for us to take us kind of through the thought process behind what you built? Feel free to share your screen. I know you have probably so much to share. You might need to prioritize. Just choose a couple.
Okay, just a quick story. I guess everyone here, when it started with Handshake, did basically the same. After they got a few tokens, let's bid. And of course, I bid on my own name. I bid on .Falci. And what happened? I lose it. I was not really aware about how bid works and blocks and, let's block bids. Someone just got one HNS more and got my surname. Maybe because I got the airdrop thing, I didn't start on Handshake by Namebase. I start by myself. I just claim it. I just check out the code and I have it. So I was more on that side. And there is no way to find the owner of a name unless the owner wants to proclaim, unless the owner save something and you can access, there's no way to know it. And I was thinking, well, maybe if I can reach whoever's got the .falci, I can negotiate. I can buy it back like second hand. It was not on the Namebase marketplace, so it was probably bought by I don't know, a wallet or a desktop app or something. And then I have this idea that something that is pretty common for regular ICANN domains is you have a landing page, just a parking page. You access a website and say, hey, this website is for selling. If you want to buy, send me an email, proposal, all those kind of things. So I thought, well, we could have something like this. And I create a simple page where you can just put your contact information, and you are supposed to use that page as a landing page for the domains you want to sell. So I believe that the easiest way to find the owner of a domain is going to the domain, right? So this is how the parking SinPapeles was born, just to find whoever's got the .falci, but no luck so far. And I made it in such a way that everyone can submit and add more domains. It's just SinPapeles is just looking to the blockchain. So whatever is there, we put on the website. There's like more than 2,000 names right now. They are not mine. They are from anyone that has a name and want to put there. I don't know if I can share it. Where is the share button, mate?
If you look at the bottom, there's an arrow pointing up.
Okay.
Next to the microphone, the mute button.
Oh,
Great.
I love this. I forgot the link sometimes, so go to user. No, just kidding. So this is the parking, and the idea is to have a landing page. You can come here to see the listing of everyone that has a name, or you can access it directly, but it depends on the name. So technically, each name goes to SinPapeles. That was the first thing. I was more involved in the community in the Telegram and helping people, common questions. I guess the same as Oscar. Everyone has, like, every time a new person joins, they ask the same thing. But an interesting question that I started to notice was, okay, I went to the auction system, I bid and I win. Now I have a name. What now? And that is not that easy. Like, well, it's your name. You do whatever you want. You can build a website. You can build a, I don't know. And there is no that much hosting available right now for Handshake names. So this I start my second project, that is the apps.SinPapeles. You can go there, create an account, and you can add your domains. The difference here is this app is meant for people that want to have a use for the name. It's not for selling. I want to host a content. I guess my greatest example I can have is the allhns that you just saw. It's here. Oscar has his own account, so he can manage the content. I try to make it as simple as possible. So you go to your name, you manage. If you have a link, do you want to redirect? I want to redirect to my .com website. You just put here. Or if you have a SIA link that was pretty common in the Handshake community, you can put here. Or if you don't have that, you just upload it and we send to SIA for you, and it's going to be the same. Try to make it easy for people that are non-technical. Okay, so that is the second. Just some information about your domains, people accessing. I'd like to say that I saw the HNS search coming because I started seeing hits on every single name I have, like someone was crawling my website. And all the names in the parking, everything. You say, okay, there is a search engine coming. Okay, the community is pretty small yet, and I saw the HNS search, and I saw they have that amazing board for asking feedback, and I did the same. I just create an account on the same website, and I started asking people what they want, and people say, that we want to edit the DNS. So yep, I went there, and now you can edit that in the app SinPapeles. Someone suggests to do a payment gateway. It's a way to facilitate what Oscar is doing. Oscar is showing a QR code to his customers asking for payment. The idea is Oscar send the customers to SinPapeles. SinPapeles show a unique HNS address. So it's just for that person. So once that person's pay, we notify Oscar, say, hey, go ahead, because that person already made the payment. And the best part is it's a trustless way. The address we show is actually, in this case, Oscar's address. We never got the money, it goes directly to him. That thing's still in development. I hope I finish soon, and that's going to be more focused on developers. That's going to be the most technical so far on SinPapeles. And the last thing I'd like to share is I also helping maintaining this repository here on the Handshake card. It's a place where developers do suggestions about how can you improve the Handshake itself, like in a really, really, really technical way. Suggestions like, I want to send money to someone using his or her Handshake name. So I personally use I am Fernando, and if you want to send money to me, for some reason, you can send to I am Fernando. Your wallet should be able to resolve that. This is just a matter of agreement. We just need to tell the wallet developer how to search for your address and tell to the host how to broadcast your address. But we need to sit together and talk and reach an agreement on how to do such thing. This is the Handshake improvement repository. I encourage you guys to go there and have a look. Yeah, there's some nice ideas, and go and check there. I guess this is pretty much the most exciting things I have working in the Handshake community.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Fernando. Let's see. Can you unshare your screen? Perfect. Cool. So we're coming up a little over time. I think we can go about another 7-8 minutes. But Redsolver, let's take as much time as you need. I think you got something built that's pretty damn awesome. Can you kind of just share the thought process behind building it, and then let's get that showcase going?
Yeah, I prepared a little presentation to introduce it.
Oh, perfect.
I just need to share my screen. Okay, do you see everything in full screen?
Yep.
Perfect. So,
Happy.
yeah, no, so we built a program named SkyFeed, which is an open and decentralized social network. So, how did we start it? So first, this is how SkyFeed looks currently. It looks like a social network. You can also see there are people posting, for example, about the HANDSHAKE conference happening now. Yeah. So how did we start? Initially, we created SkyFeed during a 3-week hackathon in November 2020. This hackathon was organized by Skynet, but we also used Handshake names, for example, for hosting the app. And yeah, we landed first place, and since then we've been working hard on adding new features and growing the platform. So creators are me, Redsolver, I'm from Germany and I'm responsible for the development, and Julian from the Netherlands, who makes all of the user interfaces and designs to then, convert it into something usable. So first, what are the problems with current social networks? Because usually when you try to find a solution for something, you first have problems that you want to solve. So problems we found are, for example, that social networks are forcing a specific client or feature on users. You can't really choose to not use it. They are not easily interoperable with others and are focused on one type of content. So you aren't really optimized for different content types, but for example, you use YouTube for videos, Twitter for text-based content mostly, and maybe Instagram for images. And because they are not interoperable, this can get really complicated really fast. Also, users don't own their identity. They can simply be taken away from them, and they are also locked in because all of their friends are in a network, and they can't take their contacts away with them. Also, users are getting more and more aware of issues with privacy and security if they aren't owning it themselves. So they can simply be hacked and stolen. And also, users don't like advertisement, usually. So our solution, one part is decentralization. So first, we want to fully decentralize everything using the technology Skynet, SkyDB, and of course, Handshake. And what that means now for decentralization is that you can switch your portal, your Skynet portal. There are multiple, and anyone can basically spin up a Skynet portal. And you can use any portal and switch it at any time and still keep your social graph, your reputation, your posts and comments, everything. We also want to make you manage your identity. So you have a private key which proves your identity. It is never sent to a server. You keep full control. And also you don't lose your identity when the portal is hacked, because it can only be stolen if you're targeted individually. And that's a lot harder, of course. And also your identity can be managed how you want. So you can also link it to a handshake name, for example, to make it more provable. Security is another problem, and we solve this by, we're working on a public network, so everything that's private is end-to-end encrypted and can only be decrypted by you, so it's really secure. And it's also impossible for all user data of all users to be stolen at once. Moderation is another problem in a decentralized network, and I'll come to it back later, but the main point is that we don't have a central moderation, and every user can basically decide who they want to follow and which content they want to see. So you don't see all global content by default, but you can basically build up your network of content and users you follow and see. Also, of course, to trust it, everything is totally open source. Under the MIT license, anyone can see the code, fork it, do anything they want with it. Yeah, and interoperability is something very important for us, because we also want to be interoperable with other Skynet apps. So we're working on open data standards, which are then also used by SkyFeed. So they are designed to be flexible, so you can not only post videos, images, and everything, you can combine everything as much as you like. And also you can do nice things like, for example, just log into another app like like a document editing app with your SkyFeed account, and then you can directly work together with all of your friends you have on SkyFeed and don't need to find them again. Also, of course, for a social net allows us to be available for web and Android in beta. The iOS app is already working, and native apps for Linux, macOS, and Windows are coming soon, thanks to Flutter. And these are not just Electron apps, but they are really compiled to native code, so they run usually faster and are a bit smaller. Yeah, then what are the features we have currently? You can follow users, you can post, you can comment, you can repost stuff, you can save things for later, you get notifications for comments and users following you. This is interesting because by default you only see comments from users you're actively following. But notifications work even when someone is not following you, so that's basically the way you can still reach out to someone who doesn't know you. Also, the content types already supported are links, decentralized, so basically the users suggested for you are built using the social graph of other users you're already following. So it's basically a bit of a recursive user search, which you can then use to find new users and follow them. We have emoji reactions on every post, so you can react to everything with everything. And yeah, and also polls, so you can ask people about questions and get answers. So that's the current state. But we're, of course, working hard. And one major feature that's currently in active development and that's already working, but not published yet, are bridges. Because we want to we want you to be able to use SkyFeed without caring that other users don't use SkyFeed yet. So the next feature is bridges. This allows you to follow users and subreddits from Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, public Telegram channels, Bandcamp, and all RSS feeds that are out there, and more networks coming soon directly from within SkyFeed. This is possible because we're using this like standardized data structure, which is very flexible, and this also allows us to easily convert data structures from other social networks to the SkyFeed structure, and then directly integrate it into the app. Yeah. Then another new feature that's really advanced are topics, and they basically look like hashtags but work like subreddits. And how this works is that you can like add multiple hashtags to your post, and these hashtags are handshake names. So the person who owns a specific handshake name can then moderate this topic. So for example, if you own the handshake name Namebase, then you can moderate the Namebase subreddit. You then have basically the full power to moderate which posts are shown there. And this also allows for example, a project to just get their domain name and then create different like sub hashtags for different subtopics with subdomains using the handshake names. And this then, that's basically the current concept. And this should be available in 1 to 2 months. Yeah, then more things. Sky Message integration. This is another Skynet app. And this will allow you to fully decentralized end-to-end encrypt direct chat with each user you're following. Also, currently in active development is mentioning other users directly in a post. So you can just make like add Redsolver and then I get a notification. And also more UI enhancements to make everything easier to use, easier to onboard and everything. Yeah, so thank you very much for listening. Our source code is open source. You can check it out. You can also try SkyFeed on skyfeed.social. It redirects to the handshake name, hosted on Skynet. And yeah, you can also directly contact me if you have any more questions.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. I was just going to say, actually, once we wrap up the session, could you also copy paste that link in the chat? So I was going to just
yes.
Visit it like that. Is this presentation shared anywhere?
Not yet, but I can send it in the Namebase Discord.
Cool. Awesome. Great.
I'll upload it to Skynet.
So, oh, yeah. Sounds good. Cool. So that about wraps it up for today's Handshake Showcase session. I think we had a pretty baller lineup, if I do say so myself. Moving up, next up is going to be Soren and Leonie. They're going to be talking about Handshake for Good, charity in the Handshake ecosystem. But we'll take a quick break until then. But catch you guys in just a few.